Hi friends, and welcome back. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, my name is Reverend Ruth Gallett. I'm the pastor of the Longmeadow Congregational Church, United Church of Christ in Auburn, New Hampshire. And we are doing a special series throughout the season of Advent in which we are talking about how our church can become the inn, can become the place where there is never no more room. We want to create ways of bringing people into our church, whether it be into our physical church building or into the different ministries that we have. We long ago learned that you can't just open the church door and assume that people are going to walk in and want to do things exactly the way we've always done them. We learned that we needed to go out from our building and do our ministry with people, to reach out to them, to invite them to participate. One way that we've been doing this for a lot of years is through an annual school supply drive. It's something that we've been doing. We invite people to collect school supplies and then we put them together. And how did this start? Oh, by the way, this is Patty and this is Sue, who have both been part of this ministry. And so I've invited them to join with me. And so now, Patty, how did this
this specific program started with these school kids that Sunday school children would assemble, and they would go off to Church World Service, which would distribute them to children all over the world. And then we were thinking, maybe there's somebody closer to home that could use some help. So we approached the local school principal and asked her if there might be a need right in our local school. And it was agreed that we would donate backpacks completely anonymously. There's nothing on them to say they're different from any other backpacks. And with the list that the principal gave us, we filled these backpacks with school supplies that the children could use. And they would see that they were passed out wherever they were needed.
So we just bring these to the school. As Patty said, there's no identifying markers on them about where they come from. And so no child would ever be identified as being in need. We bring it to them knowing that they know where the need is and letting them to distribute it. But this kind of became big when we do 50 bags each year for Church World Service, and we started doing more and more backpacks, and it became a really big project for our small church. So we kind of grew from there, didn't we, Sue?
We absolutely did. Because of some connections that we have with the police department in town, we were able to solicit from them notebooks, which is huge because 3 go in each bag, whether it's Church World Service or for the school bags here in town. The police were more than happy and more than willing to help us out with the notebooks. But the fire department didn't want to be left out. And the next year, they wanted into the game. And so they began donating things to us. Sometimes different things, but they were always donating. We have a senior citizens group that meets here at the church. They wanted to get into the action, and so they became donees as well. Donors, rather, I'm sorry. And this year, such a miraculous blessing, a local temple was able to help us out, wanted to be able to contribute to our project, and sent us a check to help us get the supplies for these bags. It's really become bigger than we ever realized. It's such a welcoming thing to know that even though they're not in our church physically, the fire department, the police department, the senior citizens, and the temple in Manchester are all part of this ministry. We're all working together to help people in need. It's very gratifying, especially as a sub at the local school. It warms my heart to know that this church has contributed when I see students coming in with their backpacks and I recognize them. Of course, I never say anything to them. It just makes my heart feel warm that we have had such a successful ministry in this way.
And this is something that has just gone on and grown. Individuals in our community donate. We put a bin outside and just say, these are the items we need, you can just leave them in the bin and we will pick them up. And it's been something that's grown. I believe very strongly that people want to make a difference in the world, but they don't always know how. And one of our calls as the church is to invite people in and saying, we too want to make a difference in the world, and we'd love for you to join with us. And this is how we're doing it. You know, come on, join us, be part of this. And people have responded so wonderfully. In fact, this year we filled all of the items. We filled 50 bags for Church World Service, and we did 30 backpacks for our local schools. And we thought we weren't going to get enough of the actual backpacks, and we were a bit concerned. And so we just put out word that we needed more, and we got flooded with them to the point that I think we're going to be very close to all that we'll need for next year as well, which is an amazing thing. It's all a matter of welcoming people, and if you're really going to welcome somebody, you're not going to make them be a spectator. You're going to let them come in, play with us, do this with us. And this is how you can. And when you invite people in and you show them ways in which they can become involved, it grows from there. And people have, from there, asked about, so tell us more about your church, and we've been able to do that. But even if they never come in through our front door, we've created another door for them to come into the ministry of the church. And so we've been really blessed by that. So I thank you, Patty, thank you, Sue, for your involvement in this ministry, as well as your involvement in this video today. I know that's a big ask to do, and so I thank you for that. And I thank you all for joining us here today, and watch on YouTube for my next video, my next worship video, in which we'll be talking a little bit more about this. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.